Hey, Jacob with Jacob Comics. All right, tonight, as you saw, if you clicked the link, we're going to be reviewing Hulk number 6. And as always, before we get into that, real quickly, I do want to let you know about my 100 subscriber giveaway. Well, we're trying to hit 100 subscribers, and when we do, we're going to give this book away. It's the Suicide Squad number 1, which is the first full team appearance of Deadshot, Deathstroke, Harley Quinn, Duella Dent, and the Black Manta. And all you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and you're going to be entered to win. All right, let's get right into this review. This is a really good issue. Probably say before the issue it's a thumbs up, but let's get into it anyways. Now I have two things that I always want to cover before we do dive into the issue. First off, I want to let you guys know if you haven't watched any of my reviews before, we are going to go heavy into the spoilers. So as long as you're okay with that, let's get right on. And then the second thing that we always do before we start is we shout out the creative team on the book. So for Hulk number 6, we have Donny Cates writing. We have Ryan Ottley doing the pencils. We have Cliff Rathburn as the inker. We have Frank Martin as the color artist. VC's Corey Petit as the letterer. And Ryan Ottley and Romulo Fajardo Jr. are doing the cover art. And we're gonna go ahead and read the synopsis, or like the catch up. So if you haven't been reading all of Hulk, this will kind of catch you up a little bit as to what's going on in issue 6. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right. And it says Bruce Banner has somehow managed to split the Hulk into 3 distinct parts. The Hulk's body has been turned into a starship. Banner's psyche pilots it from within the Hulk's mind, and the Hulk's psyche fuels the starship with his anger, which Banner harnesses by locking the Hulk in the engine room and sending escalating levels of opponents for him to fight. Starship Hulk was pulled into an alternate reality by a version of Bruce Banner who never became the Hulk. This reality's Thunderbolt Ross used gamma bombs to turn the United States into an undisputed global superpower, with himself as president, of course. After taking this reality's Banner prisoner, Ross sent a horde of gamma mutated abominations to attack the Starship Hulk, forcing Bruce to turn up the pressure on the Hulk's psyche in order to generate enough power to win the fight. And now, something masquerading as Betty Ross has taken control of the starship, cranking the engine room up to dangerous levels in an attempt to learn just how far the Hulk can be pushed before he breaks. Smashtronaut finale. And like I was saying a minute ago, so we're kind of inside of Titan's, what he's thinking. I'm going to read a little bit of it. He says, I have a theory of my own. Everyone always says the same thing, that the Hulk is Bruce's ID. Id. The embodiment of a scared little boy overwhelmed with impotent rage because of the abuse he endured when he was blah, 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 blah. We've all heard the same sad little song a million times. I suppose there are other deeper theories, but that seems to be the prevailing one. But something about it just never felt complete. It always seemed like so much wasted potential. Well, here, let Betty show you. Take, for example, the Hulk's personality has been trapped in the engine room of this ridiculous starship for some time now, caged, abused, and made to perform a level of violence and mayhem that, well, look at it. It's insane. It's cruel. It's inhumane. In my understanding, that Stage 10 is purely hypothetical. Stage 9 includes the combined might of the Kree, the Shi'ar, the Inhumans, the Silver Surfer, The so-called universal constants like the Living Tribunal, Thanos, Adam Warlock, and the Phoenix Force. Ah yes, and Galactus, who, for whatever reason, appears to be a Hulk. And the whole time they're like showing the Hulk is fighting Galactus and all these crazy people that he listed, and he goes, which I suppose brings me to my point. Over the years, there have been so many Hulks: gray ones, red ones, blue ones, Wolverine ones. It seems to me that, well, everyone gets to have a Hulk these days. Bruce had a Hulk, Rick had a Hulk, Ross had a Hulk, Jennifer has a Hulk, Amadeus has a Hulk. So really, it's unfair, isn't it? I mean, why can't the Hulk have a Hulk? And I'm gonna give you guys a page from the inside of the book, and it's like everyone's been saying, its first full appearance. So he goes ahead and turns the actual Hulk into Titan. There he is. Let's let it sit there for a minute, sink in a little. All right. So, and he proceeds to tear up everybody, and we see Hulk inside of Starship Hulk being trapped, going, Banner, please, please help Hulk. And so Banner, he's like, I'll try, I guess. And then we cut to General Ross, basically saying like, I'm gonna drop a gamma bomb on them. And Bruce Banner from the alternate reality that never became the Hulk, he's like, don't do that, you can't do that, you'll kill millions. And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it, we're gonna do it together. They actually do name him as well here. The President, General, whatever, President Thunderbolt Ross says it's a Titan. And at the same time, they kind of show him again. And so that's where people are saying that's probably the name. He doesn't actually say the name himself, but he's named by President Thunderbolt Ross from an alternate reality. And so he's like, please, you'll kill thousands, don't do it. And we kind of see back to inside the mind of the Hulk. And Bruce Banner has somehow made it back through space. Like I said in last episode, he got thrown out into space. So he's made it back through space. He's grabbing inside of his command room and drags himself in. And he's like, you'll have to you got to shut this down. And she says, or what? You'll get angry? You have no power here. You have no control here. And Bruce Banner says, I know. And he breaks a control panel and pulls a lever, and he goes, but he does. And Titan's like, no, no. And then in comes the Hulk. So a door basically opens. It goes like womp 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 womp. You know what I'm saying? And in comes the Hulk, and he's like, Banner, and he breaks into the command room, smashes Titan. At the same time, they also show some scenes where alternate reality Banner and alternate reality President Thunderbolt Ross are arguing, but the missiles are already taken off. And he's like, oh no. And then the Titan loses control because the Hulk inside of the Starship Hulk beats up Titan, takes back control of the Hulk body, and then we have kind of this thing like where Hulk is talking with Banner, and he goes, Banner, welcome home. And Banner just starts running away, and Hulk's like, Banner, wait. And he's like, computer, initiate repair sequence now. Computer, close the engine room door. And Banner's like, Banner, Hulk, 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 sorry. And that, like, it's real sad. And at the same time, alternate reality Bruce Banner's trying to get in contact with the Hulk, but the Hulk's not responding because of the fight that's going on inside of his head now. And nobody's in the command room anymore. And but Banner makes it back to the command room. He sits down. He's like, I read you. What can I do? And he's like, oh, thank God. Stop these gamma bombs. And they basically make a long story short, they figure out a way to throw the gamma bombs into the alternate dimension portal, sending them who knows where. He'll probably find out later. And then he also at the same time he's like, if you can jump through this portal and it'll send you to another dimension or another multiverse, right? And but I don't know where you're gonna end up, right? And Hulk's like, I don't care, I'm jumping through. And so he jumps through. And what does he find upon his arrival but a Thor hammer flying right at him. So it looks kind of interesting. I know there's some stuff going on with Thor's hammer right now. So it's definitely a different looking hammer. I don't know if that's Mjolnir, but yeah, that was Hulk number 6. I definitely do give it a thumbs up. um, I mean, I'm enjoying the writing and the art. This whole run's just been really good. Um, I'm in a way slightly disappointed that I feel like we have to stop this story that he's been weaving with Hulk to do a crossover with Thor. Um, Also kind of interested because Thor is also being written by Donny Cates, and so I feel like it's not like Marvel coming in and saying, "Hey, sales are low on one of these titles. Let's cross them over to try to bring sales back up." I actually think maybe Cates has a story. He has a good story, and he went to Marvel and was like, "Hey, now that I'm writing both of these titles, I got this story I thought up. Check it out. Is it does it meet up to standards? Maybe they went through rewrites. Like, it's probably pretty good. So I'm thinking I'm gonna check that out too. And that's gonna start in the next issue, and then actually I think it's gonna start in Banner of War number 1, and then continue into either the next Thor or Hulk. I haven't looked it up yet. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that's Hulk number 6. Thumbs up. Super good read. Obviously, really good art. If you saw the couple panels that I showed off, I'm sure hey, like I always say, if this sounds interesting and you like it, hey, head out to your local LCS and buy yourself a copy. Support the industry. Um, yeah, remember, if you guys have watched this long into the video and you like this kind of content, remember, giving away the book at 100 subscribers. We're about halfway there. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely helps out. And hey, you can help me out a little bit more and click the link and buy some comics off me. I don't know. Don't have much else today. Just the review. We'll see you guys tomorrow and have a great night, okay?